Emma's face in that last page of the chapter, man. Boy, am I hyped for these next couple of chapters of the Promised Neverland. Hey guys, how's it going on? I'm Sam here to do a review on the Promised Neverland Chapter 31, and crikey. Okay, right now, this is a moment of unpredictability. Like, right now, absolutely no clue what's going to happen, especially with Emma and Ray. But I love the time skip, and I just love this chapter, how, even because the chapter title is called Empty, and bro, that's how I was feeling from this chapter. It hit the feels, and I gotta give props to the mangakas of this series, because the way that they were able to outpour such emotion through the characters, and the way that I was able to feel that and feel sympathetic for them as well. Especially when Ray was like, I'm just exhausted. I was like, oh my goodness, that really did break me a bit. So this chapter was so sad, and it shows you how different this series is just without Norman. And I do know the possibility that Norman may be alive. I am aware of that is possible, maybe he is. But the fact is, he's left Gracefield House. And the fact is, he's left the gang, so it seems like he is dead pretty much. It's cemented the fact that he's dead. Like it or not, he may not be actually alive, but his presence has left the house, and that presence, his lack of presence, has affected everyone, and it's affected us readers as well. So, seen from this chapter, just Emma's narration, when she's looking at places where she thinks she's seen Norman, but Norman's not there, that was so sad. And the fact is, Isabella comes in just to, you know when someone comes in and, you know the phrase, like, kick a man when he's down, or like rub some salt in his wound? That's what Isabella was doing. But imagine, this times it by 10, because Isabella was coming in, picking up Emma's faults, picking up all Emma's desires, and she's just like, give up. You're not gonna do it. All your attempts are futile. You're gonna die here. Stop calling her a foolish girl, everything. And the thing is, though, what gets me so, I wouldn't say annoyed, I don't even know the emotion which it stirs up, but it's when Isabella comes in, and you see the way Isabella reacts with Emma. Isabella still acts like a mother to Emma, even though considering everything's happening, and you may think that's a little bit weird, even though Isabella's practically killing the kids, like sending them to their graves. But the fact is, Emma doesn't retaliate against it. Emma doesn't retaliate against the heartfelt gestures, the hugs, the cuddles, all of that. Emma doesn't really retaliate from that. Now, you could say that's a little bit of emotional manipulation that Isabella's doing on her part, but I just thought it was kind of interesting to point that out, because I've realised it these past couple of chapters, and it really did stuck out to me on this one as well. Like, Emma would be like crying on Isabella's shoulders, and at first I just wouldn't understand. But at the end of the day, I do think we have to remember that these characters are kids. I believe they're 12 years old or something like that. But yeah, I think we need to talk about that last page before we go any further, because I can't stop thinking about it. So we get a time skip, a 2-month time skip. It seems like they've done nothing. Ray and Emma, they've just been brought to like such despair. They've been brought to such a state due to Norman's death that all their motivation has seemed to have just withered out. All their dreams, all their thoughts of breaking out, the plans have just hit the fan and it's gone. They're just waiting pretty much till they die. They're not doing anything, or so it seems, because at the end of this chapter we go to fast forward to the day of Ray's shipping out date. So the day that Ray's about to die, Ray says to Emma, have you seriously given up? And Emma gives up that smile, and I'm like, bro, this is gonna be lit. So what I think is kind of interesting is, during these 2 months, it seems like everyone's working alone. It seems like Emma was by herself, because they were giving off the appearance that they were broken. You see in this chapter, Isabella's with the kids. Isabella will look behind and see like Emma's still on the ground, just like dead inside, pretty much. Same with Ray. Ray's just withdrew within himself even more. So Isabella, they portrayed it to Isabella to seem like they've just had no will to pretty much work, no will to live on. So it seems like all the kids are working by themselves right now, and that does make it more exciting. I'd say it makes it more unpredictable, because I truly do not know what's going to happen right now. So it seems like Ray and Emma, they've been doing their own thing. I'm not really sure about Don and Gilda. I'm going to assume that they've been, I don't know, trying to plan. They've probably come up with a plan as well, because at the end of the day, all of these people, to an extent, they still don't want to die. they still don't want to face Norman's supposed fate. So I'm so excited to see what's going to happen next chapter, especially with Emma's glint in her eye. It seems like, I wouldn't say a character change, but it seems like, the thing is with Emma's character, and I haven't really spoken about this actually, but Emma's character is the character where you'd think of her to be a typical shonen, but there are certain times where Emma switches for like a millisecond. For example, I don't know what chapter it's in, but it's when they find out that Ray is basically working with Isabella, and then Emma comes up to Isabella, and Emma comes up to Ray, and like grabs him, and Emma's just like, don't ever do that again, or like, don't ever hide secrets from me. And you see the look in Emma's eye, like Emma's serious. So I feel Emma does give me kind of, Emma's traits are kind of similar to Isabella in an extent. That's what I think. I find them quite similar, her emotions to an extent. So it does make me kind of worried of what Emma's about to do in the next couple of chapters, but it makes me excited for what Ray and everyone else is about to do as well. Bear in mind, this is Ray's shipping date, so Ray's pretty much, he's come to the conclusion of like, this is what it seems like. Ray's going to be coming to the conclusion of like, okay, I'm dying today so I can do what I would like. If I'm going down, you'll come down with me, or it may be the similar thought of where it'll be like, okay, I'm dying today so I can afford to risk everything. Maybe something like that, and I'm going to be pretty excited. What I think may happen is that literally as soon as Ray's about to be killed, maybe Ray sees Norman. Because I personally think that Norman is working, or Norman was proposed an offer to work with the demons, to work with the HQ, and maybe just as Ray's about to be killed, maybe Norman comes in and saves Ray. Maybe something like that, but I do think one of the important things to address is that if Emma hasn't given up, and the look in Emma's eye suggests a new thought change, a new plan, I'm wondering if all the kids are still considered to be saved, because that is pretty much the core of Emma's, not character, but it was the core of Emma's goal, was to save everyone. So I wonder how interesting will it be to see if maybe she's taken in the facts and realised, okay, saving everyone is not possible, we can't do it, we need to just take as much people as we can, maybe something like that. We'll just have to wait and find out in the next couple of chapters. But aside from that, we got a little bit more exposition just on the mamas. And basically, if you're a mama, you raise a child. Like, you yourself become pregnant and raise a child, and then you leave that child and go off and become a mother of another plantation. Now, I'm intrigued into, obviously, who's Isabella's child. I know people were assuming it's Emma, or even Ray, actually. I don't know. I think it's someone else, another child on another plantation. I think that'd be pretty interesting, and I think that'd be awesome to be explored as well. All the other children on other plantations, because surely that thought must have gone into Emma's head and into the other kids' heads about like, what about the other kids in the other houses, stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited for that. But yeah, aside from that, chapter was awesome. Chapter was amazing. It was so much character development for Emma and Norman. That 2-month time skip, I think that Ray. That 2-month time skip was awesome. I do think it was needed. So I can't wait to see what Ray and Emma, what they've planned. I don't know what's gonna happen, guys, because looking for Emma's eye, it looks like she's even able to, go and like try and kill Isabella. Like, who the heck knows what's gonna happen? So please tell me your thoughts in the comments below, what you thought about this chapter. If you like anything that I'd say, please drop a like, that will be greatly appreciated. Subscribe for weekly reviews of the Promised Neverland. And I'll see you next week for that greatness that is chapter 32. Shinami-san, peace out, guys, and goodbye.